watermelon. 4.
Okay.
If you know sad, it helps you know mad.
What do you think I want you to do? Come on.
Highlight the consonant clusters.
Absolutely.
William Beatties, William Beatties, where are you? Here I am, here I am. Good morning
To you. Remember, we have this exclamation point here.
I'm Irene Fountas, and this is my colleague, Gay-Sue Pinnell. For a number of years, we have been studying ways of providing effective instruction to help young children use phonics and spelling skills. We call this essential instruction word study because children are learning how written language works.
In this video, we explore 9 areas for phonics and spelling instruction that help children use their knowledge while reading and writing. Early literacy concepts, phonological awareness, including phonemic awareness, letter knowledge, letter-sound relationships, spelling patterns, high-frequency words, word meaning, word structure, and word-solving actions. We'll enter several classrooms where you can observe some quick, interesting, and effective lessons. You'll also see children apply their knowledge in word study activities and then share their discoveries. In segment 1, Alice provides a complete phonics lesson for her first graders. They are learning how to use what they know about parts of words to figure out new words. In segment 2, you'll see a variety of mini-lessons across the 9 areas of learning. You can observe how children learn about letters, sounds, and words, as well as how teachers effectively teach phonics and spelling strategies. In segment 3, teachers assess students' learning during group share. In segment 4, links to literacy, you'll see teachers helping children connect their knowledge of letters, sounds, and words as they read and write throughout the day.
Today we're going to work with parts of words.
Alice and her first grade class are building words. These children have been working daily with letters, sounds, and words, and you'll see how they are using their understandings.
And up here, if you notice, I have some words up here. This part of the board says, if you know. I'm going to put some words up here that I'm sure you all know. And over here it says, it helps you know. We're going to build some words together. Who can tell me what this word is? Leah? Is. This is is. I'm going to add a letter to it over on this side because if I know is, and if I change something, I can make it say something else. Who can tell me what this says? Devon?
His.
What is different about these two? Emily?
That the H has an H in front of it.
I put an H in front. Now, if I know the word is, and I know that H says, I can put this in front of is, and I have a new word, his. Can you say this with me? Is his. Let's try another one.
In her mini-lesson, Alice introduces the concept and demonstrates how to build a new word from a known word.
That's right.
During the demonstration, she gives her students many opportunities to respond and to practice the exercise.
Now what does this say? Andrew?
Pen.
I added a P in front, didn't I? So what are the things that are the same about these two words, Jamie?
They both have I-N.
That's right, Jamie. In, here's the part in, I add a P in front and it says pin. Let's move on since you seem to really understand this well. What word is this, Lauren?
2.
Now I'm going to do something else on this side. What did I do to go from 2 to this word over here? Margot.
You changed the T and you put a D instead.
Let's look at this one. Here's a word I'm sure you all know. What is this, Kyra?
Hat.
Now we can come over here. Notice what I've changed. Now what does this say? Yvonne.
Bat.
Went from hat over to bat.
Instruction in word study doesn't take very much teacher time. You provide a short, focused lesson and then give children a task that they will do individually, with a partner, or at a word study center during independent work time.
Are you noticing anything?
Yes.
Okay. You see the part, A-N over here, and look what I've done in front. How about Donica?
Man.
So here I have the A-N part. Over here with a C, it says can. I can change it, adding an M by taking away the C, and now it says man. So we know if we know words like is or in, or something like can, we can add letters to it. We can maybe just change the front letter, and we can make whole new words that we can learn and build upon. So parts of words that we know can help us connect and make new words. And this is what you'll be working with today. You are going to have a chart that looks like what I've been working with here on the board. It says, if you know, and this is where you'll work with words that you already know. The other side says, it helps you know. That's just what we've done over here. You will be working with a partner to make words, to build new words. You will each take a turn, and first one friend might put a word here that you know, something like we did with is. Then your partner is going to help you build a new word over here by adding a letter like we did to make his. And I want you to think of words that you know, words that you actually know really well. Can anyone think of any words they know right now that they think they might like to try on this? Margot?
And.
Maybe and. So you could write and over here with magnetic letters, and then your partner, and you could think of how to change it to make it into a new word. Yes. Brianna?
Hand.
You could try hand and then maybe change something as well. Great. You might want to think of some words that you use in writing workshop. You might think of some words that you've noticed in your guided reading books, words that you really know about. You might want to think of some words that maybe we've seen on the word wall or somewhere on charts, on poems written around the room. I would like you and your partner to work together and make 5 words up here. And then after you've made those 5 words, I want you to take a card and choose 2. And on one side of the card, I want you to write the word from the part that you already know. And then on the other side, I want you to write the part that it helped you to know, the new word that you've discovered today.
When Alice is sure her children understand the activity, they work with partners to make new words from words they know.
If you know and, it helps you know band. If you know ran, it helps you know can. If you know make, it helps you know leak. If you know dog, it helps you know frog. If you know tell, it helps you know smell.
All right, friends, now I'd like everyone to take some time and share what you discovered at WordWork today.
When Alice convenes the whole group again, it's time for sharing. This is a time when the teacher can reinforce children's understanding and invite the sharing of their discoveries. As the children read both sides of their cards, Alice assesses their understanding of the principle.
If you know peel, it helps you know eel. If you know make, it helps you know lake. If you know but, it helps you know bit. If you know is, then you know his. If you know sad, it helps you know mad. If you know sand, it helps you spell band. If you know Polly, it helps you know Molly.
It sounds like friends really worked hard during WordWork today, and you can see that there were a lot of words that friends were able to build or make from knowing a word. So if you know a word, if you know a part of a word, it's going to help you know how to make a new word. Today we're going to read the story. It's called Jolly Ollie. And you know how we've been playing different kinds of games in the class so that we can hear how words sound and maybe connect different kinds of words and knowing parts of words and helping that so that we can know another word? This book is a fun way of looking at parts of words. So as I read this today, There are some parts that I'd like you to guess, and I will stop, and I want you to use regular speaking voices and see if you can discover what the word is that's missing.
Alice looks for opportunities throughout the day to help children make connections to the principles they have learned in word study. Here, she reads aloud to children and invites them to notice how words in the story are changed by adding or removing letters.
There it is, ox, the B dropped off. Jolly Ollie buys a chair, but the C drops off. He drives away with curly hair. Let's see if you're right. Chair, hair. What dropped off? Just the C. Jolly Ollie buys red tape, but the T drops off. He drives away with a hairy ape. Jolly Ollie buys lots of glitter, but the G drops off. He drives away with a heap of litter. And he doesn't look too happy about that, does he? No. Jolly Ollie drives around the bend, but the B drops off. I'm home, he cries. This is the end. And that's also the end of our story. So you can see this is just a fun way of looking at how parts of a word can help you figure out and connect to new words as well.
Now that we've seen the lesson structure, let's look at a variety of teachers helping children learn about letters, sounds, and words. We'll be visiting kindergarten, first grade, and second grade classrooms. You'll see instruction related to each of the 9 essential areas of learning. Learning about literacy begins long before children enter school. A child's name is a very important word. Let's look at the different ways Connie helps children notice features of their names.
Laura, S-H, Shayla.
Connie has previously drawn attention to names by making a name chart with the children. Today, she and the children read all their names together.
Who can tell me something that they're noticing on this name chart?
It's like an alphabet letters, like C and Carlos, C and Clark, and Coy. Their names are the same that has C's.
So you're saying that all the names that start with the letter are all together?
Connie takes the opportunity to help them notice names that start with the same sound. Then she asks the children to identify all the names that begin with the same initial letter.
Be a line. You put a line, put that line around all of those names very quickly. All the way down. Now go around the other way. Keep going. I think she's got all the C's. Wow. Anyone else noticing anything on this name chart? Josiah, what are you noticing?
There's 2 K's.
There are 2 names that
begin with a K.
Begin with a K. Can you come up and put a mark around those? Put a line around those 2 names that start with a K. Oh, look at him. So careful with that line. He's not going to add anything that doesn't belong there. Okay, that's a pretty good line. Yep, he's getting going. He's got that first S name. He's going down. He's got the next one. Okay, very good. Thank you. So here's a new name chart that we're going to be using. Hands go down. And we've done what we needed to do. We've grouped all the names that start with the same letters.
Connie has prepared name puzzles for each of her children. You'll notice she has added their last names. Once the children have made their own names 3 times, Connie asks them to notice things about the letters in their names and in the names of children sitting near them.
Anyone else want to share something they're noticing? Anthony.
Okay. I know that my first name and my last name have uppercase A's.
Mm-hmm. Okay. David.
I noticed that I have 5 vowels in my whole name.
Show me. Can you name them when you touch them?
A, I, O, A, O.
That's right, you have 5 of them. Wow. Okay, what else are we noticing? Hope, what are you noticing?
1, 2, 3. I have 3 O's in my name. And my last name and my first name.
Yeah, when you put your first and last name together, you have 3 O's. Does anyone notice anything about other people's names that look anything like their names? Look around at somebody.
Ellery has 2 L's, just like I have 2 L's.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And they're right next to each other. Ellery, point to your 2 L's. And your 2 L's are in your
First name.
And Nora, point to your 2 L's. And where are they?
Last name.
In your last name. Okay.
Some words have 1 part, some words have 2 parts. Some words have 3 or more parts.
Phonological awareness includes the ability to identify and make rhymes, hear the parts of words, and hear individual sounds in words. One way to teach children to hear the syllables in words is to clap them out.
Pizza has 2 parts. We clap it. Pizza. Say it again. Pizza. Now I chose pizza because we know whose favorite food is that? Yours. My favorite food. How about you? What are some of your favorite foods? Kathy?
Tuna sandwich.
Okay. Kathy, tuna sandwich is 2 words. So how about if we just do tuna? Do you like tuna?
Yeah.
Okay. I love tuna. Yum, yum, yum. I love tuna in my tum. Now we're going to clap tuna to find out how many parts to the word tuna. Let's clap it. Tuna. How many parts does tuna have, Cody?
2.
2 parts. Anyone else have something special they really like? Chelsea?
Strawberry.
Okay. I love strawberries. Yum, yum, yum. I love strawberries in my tum. We're going to clap strawberries to see how many parts in the word. Strawberries. How many parts in strawberries, Savannah?
3.
3 parts. Watermelon. I thought so. That's why I chose it. When I point to the words, can you read, please?
Yeah.
I love watermelon. Yum, yum, yum. I love watermelon in my tum. Let's clap watermelon to find out how many parts. Watermelon. Michael?
Watermelon. 4.
Okay, 4 parts to watermelon. But when I read, I love watermelon, I keep my pointer under the word watermelon for all 4 parts. Let's try it again. I love watermelon. Yum, yum, yum. I love watermelon in my tum.
Listen. Red. Say the word. Red. What do you hear first? R. Say the word again. Red. What do you hear last? Yes.
Phonemic awareness is one kind of phonological awareness. It refers to the ability to identify, isolate, and manipulate the individual sounds in words.
Hey, boys and girls, I want you to listen to Mrs. Savick. I'm going to say the parts of a word, and you're going to tell me what the word is. Okay? B-at. Great. D-o-g. Try that again. D-o-g. Wow, great. B-ox. Great. S-at. Wow. K-ow. Cow. Today we're going to be taking a close look at letters. We know that letters have different parts. You can notice that they're different from one another. You can notice letters with long sticks and letters with short sticks. I noticed that some letters have tunnels. Did you notice that? They also have other different parts, right? They also have some curves. That's a different part. But today we're going to be looking at long sticks and short sticks.
Children need to learn the names of the letters as well as how to identify them by their particular features so that they can connect letters and sounds. To do so, they need to notice very small differences.
R.
Wow, yeah, it's an R. Kevin?
I.
Take a look at that I a minute, Kevin. Does I have a long stick or a short stick?
Sure.
Okay, great job. Boys and girls, what did we notice about the parts of letters? Nicholas?
They have short sticks.
Yes, they do. Something else, Kevin?
They have long sticks.
Great, they do. How about you, Dominique?
Some have small tunnels and some have big tunnels.
Yes, they do. Philip, what else did you notice?
K has a slant.
Yes, it does.
Later, Joanne connects the lesson through a poem, and the children identify letters with long and short sticks.
Great job. What we're going to do now is we're going to look for parts of letters. We're going to look for letters with long sticks and letters with short sticks, okay? How about you, Philip? Can you find me a letter with a long stick? Sarah, could you find us a letter with a short stick? Come on, come this way. Here you go, short stick. Wow. What letter is that?
I.
Yes, it is.
Let's look up here at this very first word. Who can tell me what it is? David.
Bye.
What's the very first letter sound you hear? Mon?
B.
Right, you hear a B sound.
Learning the connections between letters and sounds is basic to understanding written language. Children first learn simple relationships, but sounds are also connected to letter clusters or groups of letters that appear often together.
How many sounds do you hear when we say this first part?
S-K.
Right, you hear these two sounds, don't you? Sk. Great. What about this one? My. What's the first letter sound you hear? What letter do you hear?
M.
What if we took the M out? What is a consonant cluster that we could put in front of the Y to make a new word?
Dur. Dur.
So those two letters are going to be?
Dry.
What are the first two letters? What's the two consonants?
DR.
So we're going to put D-R. What's a new word? Dry. Wonderful. What's this one? Top. What letter sound do you hear? What's the first letter sound? Michael.
T.
What letter is that?
T.
Good. That's a T. What consonant cluster can we put in front of op to make a new word? Josh? What letter do you want me to put here? What consonant cluster?
S-T.
And we made a new word, and it's what?
Stop.
Stop. Wonderful.
Consonant clusters can be consonant blends, in which you hear each of the associated sounds of the letters, or digraphs, in which you hear only one sound.
And this word begins with a consonant cluster. The consonant cluster is
S-H.
SH. And this consonant cluster makes one sound. Shh. Some consonant clusters do that. So what's the first part of this word?
S-H.
Let's move it over and see. The first part
S-H.
and the rest of the word?
E-L-L.
Let's join Eric and his second graders in his lesson on silent consonants.
Silent W's, silent T's, silent G's. One more that we sometimes hear, silent consonants, not vowels, is a silent L, such as walk. Walk or walking. There's an L, but you don't hear it. Yes? Chalk. Very good. Now let's think of a word with a silent L that doesn't end in awk.
Look.
Say that word. Do you hear the L? Yeah, you do, don't you? All right, I'm going to write it because... What is it? Could. And another one that goes with it is? Would. All right, any other consonants that often are silent? A B as in plumbing, like in the Twiddle Tins, right? Yeah, you can just say them. Don't. I heard somebody say dumb, which is not usually the way you use it. Is it's not a nice word, but dumb has another meaning. Something that doesn't talk, you can say it's dumb. Thumb. Okay.
We've been talking a lot about words and how to spell them. And today we're going to talk about some words that have the sound of E and that really have two E's in them. What do you see, Christina?
Free.
Free is one of those words. Say free. Free. Do you hear the sound E? And it has two E's? I'm going to write that on our list. Free. In this word, the two E's are at the end. Who can find another word that has the sound E with two E's? Julia?
Feet.
Say feet.
Feet.
Do you hear the E?
Yeah.
I hear the E too. Oh, I like the way people are giving quiet signals so everyone can think about it. What do you see, Gabby?
Tree. She took mine.
Thumbs up if you agree tree should go on our list. It has an E. It sounds like E, and it's spelled with two E's. Tree goes on our list.
Knowing to look for patterns and remember them helps children make the connections between words that make word solving easier.
Read it together. Hats with heads, pillows with beds, Franks with beans, kings with queens, lions with zoo, and me with you. Quiet signals if you know how we're going to spell this word, queens. It's going to be one that goes on our list. It's tricky. How does it start, queens, Renaja?
Q.
It's going to start with a Q.
I'm going to do the rest.
What goes with that Q every time, like in quack on our word wall?
U.
There's a U right after that Q.
E.
Say queen. Guess what comes next? Two E's. And let's see how it finishes. Get ready? Queens. Let's check it. Get ready? Renaja, were you right about the QU? Just like quack. And then the E in the middle? Good job.
That was a queen.
It rhymes. Is it the same the way you spell it, though? Good noticing. Sometimes it's spelled with two E's.
Sometimes the two O's sound like in good. And sometimes, Jacob, they sound like the two O's in school. Ooh, in school.
Pat reviews spelling patterns with her first grade students.
Sound of in good. Hook, book, look, took, shook, brook, foot. Now let's try the words that sound like the ooh in school. Cool, pool, toot. Remember how we've been taught